Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the Cape Town Sevens semi-final between Fiji and Australia. Now, it has just been confirmed that it will be Los Pumas, Argentina, advancing through to face the winner of this contest in the Cape Town Sevens final. The draw is wide open. All of the sides left have a good chance of making their way through. Fiji looking to continue that momentum. They have won the last 3 times that they have faced off against the Australians. A couple of those games, though, being split by less than the 7 in the starting lineup for the Australians. It will be Ben Dowling, Josh Turner, Nick Maloof, Maurice Longbottom, Hayden Sargent, Nathan Lawson, and James Turner. Then for the Flying Fijians, Josefa Talatholo, Filippo Bukiaro, Civil Mothirothangi, Jeremiah Matana, Viwa Nadovalo, Felipe Saturanga, and also Kimaneli Rasaku, the last man in their starting side. Now, I should mention Kabu is out with an injury. Kurisau is out with an injury. Batitaringa is out with an injury. The Fijians have only about 10 players available for this match, so they have to try and make sure if they are going to win it, they kind of preserve the gas tank because they've still got another match just around the corner up against Argentina. If they were to win it, we have got Go Fiji, says Asnil. Also Go Fiji, go win the cup, says Bilmal, and also Tosavititoso says Josiah, and my mind says Australia, but my heart says Fiji, says Mikhail, and Go Fiji go, says Ashnil. And there as well, but the Fijians, they lost their first game to France, 17 points to 14 from there. They are on a 3-match winning streak, including a victory over France, going down to Golden Point in their quarterfinal game, so that will be quite a fatiguing one. Australia, though, winning their game up against South Africa in the quarterfinals, actually winning it comfortably as well, 28 points to 0 in front of a Cape Town crowd that were heavily behind the home side. Australia causing a massive upset. But do let me know your score predictions in the chat as well, ladies and gentlemen. Like I mentioned, a spot on the line up against Argentina in the final. The loser of this game will go on to face Ireland in the 3rd place bronze playoff games. There were 30 seconds left in an Argentina-Ireland game when Ireland scored their 3rd try to make it 26-19. Ireland still had a chance. What do you think, Hamish, says Marnus? They certainly did. They built momentum late in the game. Unfortunately, though, they just waited too long to be able to create the big opportunity, right? That kick hasn't gone 10 from Fiji to start off this match, but Australia decide to claim it anyway with Sargent going away to this left-hand side, the Aussies. They have been able to score quite a few clinical tries throughout their Cape Town Sevens thus far. The ball's still available. Maurice Longbottom goes across to the right-hand side. First receiver, Sargent. Now away to the right again here. Nathan Lawson close to the touchline. Gets it away to Josh Turner. Goes on the inside to Dowling. Sells the dummy. Referee's tackled by Nadovalo. And that is going to be the try. That was a clean tackle right there from Nadovalo. Unfortunately, though, he did tackle the ref rather than the player. We're going to see a replay of that one, surely. But Dowling goes through and scores the try. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, the referee has created that gap for the Australian player to go through. I think Viva Nadovalo would have had a really good chance of catching him, but they've said that Ben Dowling probably would have gone through anyway. Go Fiji, go. Good morning to you for your YouTube or your lovely commentary, says Krishan. Welcome in, mate. And Chalo Fiji, I should say, from Simran. And also we have got Go Fiji Go, says Avakesh, and Go Fiji Go, says Suraj. But now, 7-0 at the moment. Fiji have won 20 of their past 23 games versus Australia since 2017. Go Fiji Go, says Bua. But now, Maurice Longbottom to kick this one off for the Australians. Looks to go deep and long into the Fijian area, and it has gone into touch about 10 metres out from the Fijian line. A great kickoff from Maurice Longbottom. Definitely when you're trying to play that territory game up against this Fijian side. And Bolivanaka from Fiji says, Apeti, welcome in. Hope you are doing extremely well. I believe it's about 2:20 a.m. for you guys in Fiji, so it is greatly appreciated you all tuning in for these live streams. We have still got the next game for Fiji that we will be doing on the Kiwi Lads channel as well, plus all future Sevens competitions. We will be live for them also. Bukiaro now feeding it across for Fiji's backline to start creating opportunities. Kimaneli Rasaku, good leg drive there. Bukiaro gets it across to Civil Mothirothangi. He's a hard man to put down, but he has just put down the ball with a knock on. Bulla says Bua there. And 1:23 a.m. says Krishan. And there as well, but the knock on from Fiji gives Australia another opportunity to be able to create an attacking chance. And 1:21 says Bua. And there as well. But Sargent has been an extremely handy player for the Australians all throughout the semi-finals, or all throughout the 2 legs, I should say, that we have had thus far. But now, Maurice Longbottom feeds it in, does manage to just get it out. He's asking for a penalty from the referee. Ref's going, they've already tackled me, mate. I'm not keen on giving another one. James Turner now going off to the left-hand side. Lawson goes across to Turner again. Maurice Longbottom slinging pass out wide to Nick Malouf. He's got the man with him in Dowling, who's already scored one. Goes one more on the outside. Malouf will score it in the corner. And Australia now up by 2 tries in their semi-final. You are all in the future, says Mikhail. And there we certainly are. See, New Zealand, we are 2:22 a.m. So I think Samoa are on the same time zone as New Zealand. I could be wrong there, though. Go Fiji, go. Says Joseph, conceding the 2 early tries that will not make the Fijian coach happy one bit. And also Billy Vitti, Billy says a pity there. And go Fiji, go, says Joseph. Australia have never made a Sevens Cup final in South Africa, is the stat that they have just shown. 12-0 at the moment is how they sit after the first 4.5 minutes of this match. Go Fiji, go, says Isimeli. Going to be kicked off long from Maurice Longbottom once more, but claimed by Mothinothangi. On the 22, Viva Nadovalo, rush defence there. Nick Malouf, great shot being put in, although Fiji now have a bit of space on the outside. Josefa Talatholo trying to break through Turner. He's done just that, looking for the offloading option. Found Viva Nadovalo. And Australia now on the back foot, having to defend. And we have got there, Hamish, who you're predicting to win this match. I think I predicted the Australians to win it, but I thought it would be very close. I said 21 points to 19, but that can't actually happen, because Australia missed a conversion. Now Vilanadovalo. Nice bounce pass. Josefa Talatholo manages to clean it up. Gets it back to Jeremiah Matana. Tries to bump through Maurice Longbottom, who's partially knocked that one on. It's going to be play on. And some great pace being shown there from Vilanadovalo. Great footwork, but he's knocked the ball on just as he was going over. They might have to check this to see if Josh Turner has kicked that ball away, because if he has, I think there might end up being a penalty against him. Still first half, says Joseph, the broadcaster in the USA is showing the knockout round matches at least. Yeah, he's kicked that one out of the hands of Viva Nadovalo. This will be interesting here, because I think theoretically he's allowed to, as long as Viva Nadovalo has not got his hands on the ball. It's going to be no try. Called as a knock-on by Fiji's Viva Nadovalo. Go Fiji, go, says Christian. And I am, says Amira, welcome in. Hope you are doing extremely well. Currently the score in this game sitting 12-0 for the Australians, but almost the chance for Viva Nadovalo, whoever the Australian player was who was backtracking. I believe it was Dowling. Looked like he had no energy left whatsoever, and that is a concerning sign for Australia, definitely because they are still in the first half of the semi-final. Nadovalo frustrated. Turner's boot had just enough. Who are you predicting to win this match, says Jack Rose? Like I said, I did predict Australia to go on and get themselves the victory. We have got the excellent commentary, Hamish. I picked the Aussies, says Eric. Going to be kicked downfield. Fiji were offside. Or no, sorry, I think Australia were offside off their own kick. So they will go right back to where it was kicked from. Maurice Longbottom, the man who gets himself penalised. And that's given Fiji a golden opportunity to be able to get themselves, scrum where it was kicked, which is 5 metres out from the line. This is massive for the Fijians. We have got there, Fiji, says Anonymous. How many minutes left? Still another 20 seconds left in the first half. And then we got the second half of 7 minutes just around the corner. Ben Golling's actually in a wheelchair at the moment. I'm not too sure what's happened to him in between the last few games. Come on, Fiji, says Joseph. Now the ball is out the back. Filippo Bocchiaro gets back to his feet. He was held, so he has to release, and that will be the penalty to Australia now, only a few metres out from the line. Maurice Longbottom, very quick to go around the side of the breakdown, and he will boot that ball into touch. That will remain at 12-0 at halftime in the semi-final, ladies and gentlemen. And Longbottom, wasn't he in Harry Potter? He was. What? Neville was his name in that one. And Bull Amish says, I'm there, welcome in. Come on, Fiji, says Joseph there as well. We have got, there you go, Fiji goes, says Millie. And what happened, my friend? To Gollins? Gollins. Oh, the coach. Yeah, I don't know. He's in a wheelchair and it looked like some sort of ankle injury. So I don't know whether or not during like the warm-up or something, he was jogging somewhere and he hurt himself. Or I'm not too sure, but yeah, hopefully he's all right. Great commentary, Aaron, says Marnus. Thank you very much, mate. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back for the final that is just around the corner, as well as the third place playoff game that has taken place between the loser of this game and Ireland. And we will know relatively soon. Fiji, please don't lose, says Boa in there as well. Yeah, the Fijians, they'll certainly want to make sure they get themselves a nice win here. They will have to fight back, though. But the good news is Australia missed a conversion, which means if Fiji get 2 converted tries, they will take the lead by the 2 points. Fiji will win this, says Millie. And also, come on, Fiji, you can do this, says Mikhail. And there as well, can you put up the highlights, says Joseph. Sadly, due to licensing, if we show any match footage or audio even after the live streams are over, we will get taken down off YouTube. But I believe there will be highlights on the World Rugby YouTube channel a little bit later on for this matchup and also for a few of the other Sevens games. So be sure to check that out, the World Rugby YouTube channel. And Bula Fiji says Apeti. And also come on Fiji says Bua. And there as well. Now 7 minutes remaining. Australia do have the kickoff going from a right to left here. And Fiji, please win watching from Fiji, says Millie. Now Maurice Longbottom to kick this ball off for the Australians. Longbottom puts it high. And it's nicely taken by Fiji. I believe that was Vailawa who is out there on the field. Now they've decided that they needed to make that change. Felipe Satoranga, nice wide cutout pass out to Josefa Talatholo. Just tries to drive straight through the tackle attempt of Maurice Longbottom, whose job out there on the field is to pretty much be as annoying as possible to the opposition. He does a pretty good job 90% of the time. Nice running from Kimaneli Rasaku. Dietrich Roach trying to join that breakdown, does leave his feet. Nice step there from Fiji. They've gone through, and it is none other than Vailawa, the man who's only recently made his way onto the field, who has already been able to score himself another try. And here Australia will win the tournament, says Elon. Who do you think is going to win, says Millie. So my original prediction was Australia to win 21 points to 19. But there is actually a chance, with the way that the scoreboard sits, that Fiji could win this game 21 points to 19. Definitely if they continue the momentum that they've just created with bringing Vailawa onto the field. Fiji, says Bowen. Of course, Fiji, says Joseph. A bit Longbottom is difficult to lift in a line out, says Elon. Nice try scored by Tario Tamani. Does get the kick over. Now making the score 7 points to 12. Still in favour of Australia, of course. Currently they are talking to Delhi Bird, Australian player. I feel like they'll be a little bit more nervous now, though, Australia, because of how quickly Fiji were able to fire back and get themselves that try. It made it seem like maybe, I don't know, could there be another one just around the corner? It's very hard to predict, of course. But Fiji going up for that ball. Awkward landing for both players. But Fiji have managed to retain a Nodovalo. Now going off to the right-hand side. Can Vailawa pull off another massive try for the Fijian momentum? Jeremiah Matana offloaded on the inside. Lost ball for Josefa Talatholo. It is kicked in behind and picked up by Vailawa, who now has a lot of pressure on him. Almost tried to do it all himself. Rushed the pass, and it's stolen there by Sargent, who knocked the ball on the ground, I believe. And it's a penalty to Fiji. They want to take the quick tap, and they have done just that. Going off to the right-hand side now for the Flying Fijians, Sotoranga back on the inside to Vailawa. To the left, just taking their time here in the builder. Rasaku look for the offload, but it goes to Longbottom, who does the forward pass out to Sargent. It must have hit someone's hand because it's going to be a try to Australia here. Must have hit someone, or else that was forward from Maurice Longbottom, but it is another try for the Australians. Close game that's come down to discipline. Says Elon coming Fiji, says Kalesi. Right, we're going to see this replay here. Okay, they've said it come off a white shoulder. So it is play on. That is why it drifted forward. And also the Fijian flags from Millie. Yeah, and the chat and come on Fiji. Another score says Joseph. Josh Turner scoring a crucial try. Maurice Longbottom does get the conversion, so it applies a little bit more pressure. And it is Longbottom, so not forward. Says Elon there. As well, Australia has never made a Sevens Cup final in South Africa. Is the stat that once again has popped up on the screen. It would be a massive achievement for them if they were able to do so. Now getting ready. Get this one off. Maurice Longbottom puts it high. Down towards the sun. Filippo Bocchiaro just stays. No, he has gone into touch. And that'll be very handy for the Australians. They'll be able to use up that little bit more time on the clock. And with the lead like they have of 12 points, there is no need to rush at this stage. The next game that we have got, ladies and gentlemen, for anyone wondering, it is New Zealand versus South Africa. That will be taking place at... It is at 3:50 a.m. New Zealand time. So that is in another hour and 15 minutes. Maurice is going well. He is. He's had a very good game so far, Maurice Longbottom. Also, Dowling has looked very strong, passing out wide here. Here comes Palmer down the wing up against Miliwili Maisa Moore, but he is tackled by the second defender, Rasaku. Now back to the right again. Maurice Longbottom goes to Nick Maloof. Turner does try and turn on the wheels, and he's been able to get it out wide. Australia will have another one, and Lawson reaps the rewards. And win or lose, Fiji, says Bua there. And let's go Fiji, only 4 minutes left, and that try might just be enough for Australia to walk their way to that final now, which would mean Fiji would be playing up against the Irish, and that game would be taking place. I'll just quickly look at the time that would be happening. It would be at 5:10 a.m. New Zealand time for Ireland versus Fiji, if that was the way that it works out. Australia with that very comfortable lead now, like I mentioned. They are playing extremely well. They've picked the perfect time to come right. Got to remember earlier on in this competition, they were defeated by New Zealand by 30 points. But to be able to come back the way that they have, to beat South Africa by 28, to be able to beat Fiji at the moment by the margin that they have of 17, is massive for them. There was not enough time for Fiji to come back into this game. What do you think, Hamish? They would have to score right now, is their only way of winning this game. Fiji just staying in the field of play, or do they? Okay, it might be a penalty. Contact in the air. The penalty does go the way of the Fijians. I think they just have to quick tap and go. It's over, says RLP, I should say there. Now, many with my son more. Going back across to the right-hand side here for the Fijians. Jeremiah Matana throwing himself at the line. Now, Vailawa. It's going to be another man who is so crucial, and they have got him waiting out on the wing for an opportunity to start attacking. Another try coming for Fiji, though. Kamanele Rasaku. Can he get through the defence? He's got plenty of pace. Tries to go back on the inside, and it's slightly delayed him from being able to cross that try line. Now going himself, Rupeni gets the offload away, but it is forward. Great defence from the Australians, not allowing Fiji to break through. You can do it, Fiji, says Kalesi, and game over for Fiji, says Manus. And there as well. And yes, says RLP. I hope Argentina beat Aussies. There's RLP in there as well. But yeah, Australia versus Argentina, a game that we haven't really seen so far throughout 2023. Or at least the new part of the season. Of course, we saw it quite a bit last year. in the Sevens circuit. Now 28 seconds remaining for Fiji. There is no way of coming back into this contest. So they will have their next game up against the Irish in the third place playoff game, but Australia will be advancing to face Argentina. It's going to be an interesting game. I can't see the game, only listen. It says RLP now passed on the outside for Australia. They're looking like they want one more try here. Although a beautiful low tackle made by Fiji, who are fighting for the counter ruck, and they have walked away with the ball, although penalty again goes against them. Look, if someone or a team is not doing well, then the management needs to brush up a bit. Our players are doing their job, but the management sucks big time. That's why everyone is looking forward to Drua. Says Isikeli, with a quick tap, it's taken by the Aussies. They kick the ball into touch and they win this game 24 points to 7. Actually, a very similar score to what South Africa beat them last week's quarterfinals. So it's as if it's done a full circle type arrangement. Fiji not good enough today. Says Elon, will Fiji play again? Says Khaleesi, they will indeed. The next game is up against Ireland. That is going to be kicking off at, it is 5:10 a.m. New Zealand time for when that match will it be taking place. Then also there is, what else have we got? We got South Africa, New Zealand, which is next. What's happening to our Fiji team? Unfortunately, they just got outplayed in this contest. They've really struggled with second half momentum, trying to build it for themselves. They've conceded a lot of tries in these second halves, and unfortunately just conceding those couple early tries up against the Australians hurt them from the get-go as they were continuing to have to play catch-up. But I'm sure that they'll go into that next game up against the Irish. They'll try their absolute best to get the victory there. Of course, we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. But thank you all very much for tuning in. Like I mentioned, we've got a few more live streams coming around the corner, so be sure to check those out as well. And I will see you all for the next one.